Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Alcaraz. I have a new life in Christ and I have found freedom from unbelief and the fear of being alone. I'm currently struggling with impatience and moments of sadness.
Yes.
So if I'm being really honest, looking at my past is still very hard for me. But what I can say is that before I came to Regen, my life was very messy. I was lost and unstable. When I first began this program, I had just left an almost 2-year relationship that I felt incapable of walking away from. In the past, I had an intense amount of anxiety and I relied heavily on my ex-boyfriend for my well-being. I was stuck in an unhealthy cycle of chasing and begging him to stay with me. I often ran to food and to my phone to suppress my emotions. I also made some hurtful mistakes. I remember crying and sitting depressed in my closet on a Monday afternoon, contemplating going back to look for my ex-boyfriend once again when my sister Letty invited me to come to Regen. I had a choice to either try something new or to continue in the ways that I felt trapped in, and I chose to give Regen a chance. When I began Regen, I doubted that I could be helped or that I could even complete the program. I actually came into Regen questioning almost everything that I had ever said I believed in. This included God's existence and my salvation. Thankfully, in step 2, believe, I was able to establish my belief in God and to confidently accept my salvation. This has changed it all for me. I do also want to mention that in the beginning, I was deeply afraid of people, still sort of am, and that every Monday it was a struggle to choose healing over my fear of others. But God has been so good. He has allowed me to know his heart more through all the women in my step group who have accepted me with all of my brokenness. It has been so healing to know that one can be fully known and fully loved. Because of Christ, today my life is different. I no longer run to the things that I used to run to for comfort because I now have Papa, the greatest one to run to for everything and anything. He is my best friend and my comforter. I like to meet with him outside in my backyard and under blankets on my bedroom floor, but I have found that no matter where I am, he hears my prayers, cries, and worship. He is changing me for the better. I have even begun to see the fruits of the Spirit come alive in my own life. I'm not finished though. God is still changing me. He recently made me aware of my need for deeper healing regarding some parts of my past, and I have actually started going to therapy because of this realization. At first, I was heartbroken to acknowledge where I am in my process of recovery because where I am right now is not where I thought I would be at this point. But I am choosing to repeatedly say to God, not my will, but yours be done, just like Jesus prayed to him in Luke 22:42. Because at the end of the day, I know that he's in control and that he is good. One last thing that I want to add is that when I first began following God, I remember feeling like a child. And that's how I'm feeling all over again. I'm in awe and in need of my Father. This is actually how I always wanted to be though, because the relationship between him and I is what truly matters. I'm grateful that he has redirected my eyes once more to him, because in his gaze, I am loved unconditionally, and I want to take that truth from my head into my heart more deeply every day.